Back inside the Santa Rosa Multipurpose Complex. Resuming our coverage here of your ASEAN Basketball League. San Miguel Alab Pilipinas battling the visiting CLS Knights from Surabaya, Indonesia. Both teams playing their last game of the elimination round. And speaking of the last game, you guys can see on your screens, Bobby Ray Parks Jr., the top point scorer for San Miguel Alab Pilipinas in their last meeting in Caloocan Sports Complex. San Miguel Alab Pilipinas getting the crucial win, 84-67 over the same team, CLS Knights.
And right from the get-go, it was a 92 start for San Miguel Alab Pilipinas, 24-12 to end the first quarter. They also started out very strong in the third quarter, 27-16. They outscored the CLS Knights in that third quarter, did not look back. Biggest lead of that game was 24 points at the end of the third quarter. So you see how when Alab Pilipinas is clicking, they're playing as a team. I believe they had 21 assists in that game. They out-rebounded the CLS Knights as well. Also in terms of turnover points, 17-7, 21-14 in terms of second chance points. And as you mentioned, Bobby Ray Parks, the scorer for that game. Lawrence Domingo, their spark off the bench, 12 rebounds, five each, two players with 5 assists each, and two players with 2 steals each. So all-around game for San Miguel Alab Pilipinas. Meanwhile, for the CLS Knights, it was pretty much Brian Williams who has carried them all season long, 19 and 18, and Rachman Febio Toma with 5 assists.
Back-to-back blowout wins for San Miguel Alab Pilipinas. First one was in Davao against the Saigon Heat, and the recent one is against the CLS Knights. And Bobby Ray Parks Jr. stepping up big time when Ronaldo Balkman went down with the high ankle sprain. Bobby Ray Parks, the reigning local MVP of the ASEAN Basketball League, pretty much took over in that game, scoring 21 points, like you mentioned, Mark.
And set the tone early with that chase down block in the first half. In the third quarter, he scored 11 of his 21 points in that third quarter. Finished the game with 21 points, 8 of 15 from the field, was 2 out of 5 from long distance, but also added 5 rebounds, 2 assists, a steal, and a block. And when Balkman went down, it was Bobby Ray Parks' time, took over in the second half. And he, together with Justin Brownlee, really providing a lot of the scoring punch for San Miguel Alab Pilipinas.
Now our courtside reporter, Bea Daes, was able to catch up with the reigning local MVP, Bobby Ray Parks Jr.
Martin and Marco, I'm now with the player of the game of Alab Pilipinas' last game against the CLS Knights, Bobby Ray Parks. So Ray, you had 21 points in only 27 minutes, very efficient from the field, actually 53% with only 1 turnover. So what was your mindset coming into the game, knowing that you actually stepped up big when Ronaldo Balkman went down in the second quarter?
Well, I just continue to be aggressive, and the coaches and the guys did a great job of looking for me on the offensive side and continue to encourage me to be more aggressive.
Okay, so now that you're able to share the scoring load compared to last season wherein you were actually #1, even past the world imports in the team, how does it feel to now share the load with Brownlee and Balkman?
Well, these two guys are NBA caliber players, and us as locals, we're just trying to fill our role and try to support them, make their job easier for them.
And lastly, Coach Jimmy Alapag told me before the last game, that he wants the team to be prepared for the quarterfinals with the last 2 games of the season. So do you feel that you guys are already ready with your mindset coming into the quarterfinals?
Well, definitely. We're growing each and every game, and we have to continue to grow from here. Just have to stay healthy, of course. So headed towards the playoff, but we're on the right track.
Okay, so thank you so much, and good luck on your last game of the elimination round. But back to you, Martin and Marco.
Thank you so much, Bea. That was, again, our courtside reporter, Bea Daes, with the reigning local MVP of the ASEAN Basketball League, Bobby Ray Parks Jr. And now let's go to the other side for the CLS Knights from Surabaya, Indonesia. Both of their world imports actually showed up last Wednesday against San Miguel Alab Pilipinas. Brian Williams with a big double-double. He is a double-double machine. He's been doing it the entire season, and he had 19 and 18 with 2 blocks. Shane Edwards, solid as well, with 17 points and 8 rebounds.
And these are the guys that they really rely on. Brian Williams averaging 16 points, 14 rebounds. Shane Edwards, 21 points, 8.3 rebounds per game. Expect them to really be aggressive as well in tonight's ball game, as the CLS Knights, as we have heard, will not be seeing a couple of their players who will not be suiting up for today.
And our courtside reporter, Bea Daes, was able to talk to one of the world imports, Brian Williams, one of the best rebounders of the league as well. Here's the interview.
Martin and Marco, I'm now with Brian Williams, the world import of the CLS Knights. So Brian, in your last game, you had a double-double with 19 points and 18 rebounds, coupled with 2 blocks. However, it was not enough to overcome the energy of Alab Pilipinas. What do you think went wrong? Actually, from the start of the game, I noticed that your team was a bit flat.
I mean, I think Alab fed off the energy of the crowd, I mean, as they should. And they took full advantage of it from the jump ball. I mean, we didn't execute on offensive defense. And the outcome of the score was based off that.
Actually, I was able to talk to Coach Coco before the game, and in terms of game plan, he told me that he wanted your team to run. However, looking at the statistics, you only had 7 points off turnovers compared to the 17 of Alab Pilipinas. So what hindered you from executing your game plan?
I mean, they made shots, basically. I mean, we can't get out and run if they're making shots. We taking the ball out the basket, and they already establishing their defense. So that was our downfall right there.
In terms of the game that you have today, it's your last game of the season for the CLS Knights. What would be your adjustments in terms of your game plan to finally get your last win of the season?
First of all, we got to execute the coach's game plan. I mean, we don't have Keith today, so our locals got to come off the bench and step up for his absence offensively and defensively. I think we just got to play together as a team, and the outcome could be different.
And lastly, Brian, you were with the team from the start of the season until the end of the season. How would you want to be remembered despite the outcome of your standings this season?
I mean, this year it's been a lot of ups and downs. I mean, we've been in a lot of close games where if it was different results that we'll be in a playoff run. But our fans and our players never gave up, so that's what I think they should remember us as the team that just fought all the way to the end.
Okay, so thank you so much and good luck on your last game of the season. Back to you, Martin and Marco.
Thank you so much, Bea. Those are nice words from one of the veterans of the league, Brian Williams, who won a championship with the San Miguel Beermen 3 or 4 years back here in the ASEAN Basketball League. And speaking of the fans, CLS Knights actually have one of the biggest fan bases in the entire league. But let's pick up on that later, and let's now go to our Coliseum announcer for the introduction of the starting 5.
At point guard, number 1, Freddie Lish. Power forward, number 16, Firman Logromo. At shooting guard, number 17, Canton Boscoro. Small forward, number 31, Shane Edwards. And at center, number 33, Brian Williams. Again, the head coach for the CLS Knights Indonesia is Coco Herusetio Nugroho. And now here are the starters for San Miguel Alab Pilipinas. At center, number 6, J.R. Alabanza. At point guard, number 13, Paulo Avelone. Power forward, number 34, Ronaldo Boltman. At small forward, number 32, Justin Brownlee. And at shooting guard, number 1, Ray Parks. The head coach for San Miguel Alab Pilipinas is Jimmy Alaban. Officials for the ball game are Sung Moon Liu from Taipei, Madurun Kalachat Karachik Watsari from Thailand.
Backdoor coverage here, and the starting 5 for San Miguel Alab Pilipinas. Pauha Vilona and J.R. Alabanza making their second start of the season to go along with Bobby Ray Parks Jr., Baldman, and Justin Brownlee on the other side. Bascoro, Freddie Leash, Brian Williams, Shane Edwards, and Firman Nugroho completing the starting unit for Coach Coco Nugroho of the CLS Knights Indonesia. Here we go, second to the last game of the elimination round here in season number 8. It is gonna be San Miguel Alab Pilipinas and CLS Knights right here in Santa Rosa Multipurpose Complex. Freddie Leash opens things up with a miss from mid-range.
And Martin, the fact that Coach Jimmy Alapad can go with the same starting units, Ronaldo Bachman and Paulo Havilona, who sprained their ankles in that game, is a good sign for them, especially heading into the playoffs.
Here's Bobby Ray, who had 21 points. One of his best outputs this season. Ronaldo from mid-range does not get the bounce, battled for the rebound. Oh, nice save by Havilona. Freddie Leash was able to recover.
Good effort there coming from Paulo Havilona, but Freddie Leash just able to recover that. And you see Brian Williams playing from the outside. Same matchup with J.R. Alabanza.
Seeing having difficulty there with Ronaldo Balkman on the help of Shane Edwards on the pull-up jumper over Bobby Ray Parks. It does not work. The foul inside on the rebound play. Freddie Leash will be called for his first personal.
And you notice San Miguel Alab Pilipinas packing it inside the paint. The two imports of CLS Knights playing from the outside. So that allows San Miguel Alab Pilipinas the luxury of really packing it inside, forcing them to take jumpers.
Now Marco, before we continue our coverage here, keys of the game for San Miguel Alab Pilipinas and the CLS Knights. Obviously, both have opposite mindsets going into tonight's game as Bobby Ray Parks Jr. scores on the one-legged fadeaway.
Well, for San Miguel Alab Pilipinas, you have to start aggressive. Finish this as early as possible. This is a team that is already out of contention, so you take their mindset out of the game immediately if you can. They do the same thing that you did in the first half or the previous game last Wednesday. Go hard, run out, get out in transition, just like what they're doing there right now. Make it a strong start, taking them out of the game early. Number 2, dominate inside, just to eliminate the Brian Williams factor. Try to dominate inside in terms of rebounding, where they out-rebounded the CLS Knights 54-44 in their previous game. Also, force turnovers, get out and score in transition, make life easier for you in this ball game.
San Miguel Alab Pilipinas got off to a hot start in Caloocan, 9-2. And they never looked back in that game. Shane Edwards connects from the outside. First basket here for CLS.
Shane Edwards, a reliable three-point shooter, shoots at about 31% from long distance. But they're going to give that to him all evening long. Him and Brian Williams. That is going to be the least of their concerns.
Oh, what a pass inside. Alabaga, though, could not finish. Brian Williams now on the move, bringing the ball down. And Nugroho did not see the pass coming. Let's now go to Bea Daes for her first report. Bea?
Martin and Marco, Coach Pag was all smiles after the last game of Alab Pilipinas versus CLS Knights last Wednesday. He was very proud of the team's energy and focus despite the bus carrying half of the team only arriving 25 minutes before tip-off. Well, so far the playoff mentality that Coach Jimmy has instilled in his team has been working well, but with the team arriving 2 hours prior to the game tonight, we should expect the team to even double or triple their energy for their last game. Lastly, for the injury list, expect Josh Urbistondo and Robbie Salas to still be out with a hamstring and knee injury respectively. However, good news because Ronaldo Balkman and Pau Havilona, who both suffered ankle sprains, are 100% cleared to play tonight. On the other end of the court, expect Heritage import Keith Jensen from the CLS Knights to not be able to play as he already returned back to the States to his family for personal reasons. That's all for now. Back to you, Martin and Marco.
Thank you so much, Bea. And that's a good sign for San Miguel Alab Pilipinas entering our playoffs. Probably next week, Ronaldo Balkman, Pau Havilona returning from those ankle injuries. And we hope we could also see Josh Urbistondo and Robbie Celis return to the lineup soon for Coach Jimmy Alapap.
Well, for the CLS Knights, that's going to be a big blow for them. You know, Keith Jensen, one of the best perimeter defenders, very athletic, and also hit that 3-ball, can match up well against Bobby Ray Parks. So they're going to have to find a good defender against Bobby Ray Parks.
Here's a steal. Alabaga again ahead of the pack. Oh, the chase down by Shane Edwards. Alab will recover. Bobby Ray will finish.
Nice job there by Alabaga. Still trying to take it strong to the basket. That chase down block by Shane Edwards forced him out of the picture. Brownlee with the recovery. Ray Parks continuing to run in transition.
Alab playing fast to begin this contest. Brian Williams again hounded by Alabaga.
Nice double team there by Ronaldo Balkman, hedging on defense.
Here's Shane Edwards off the screen, knocks it down. 5 points now from Mr. Edwards.
And Shane Edwards, a reliable perimeter shooter as well, shoots it close to 50% from the field.
Both baskets coming from Shane Edwards, and that's a foul. A reach-in by Ferman Nugroho on Ronaldo Balkman.
Nice switch there. San Miguel Alab Pilipinas trying to take advantage of that switch as Nugroho was the one guarding Balkman in the post.
See the Alab fans here inside Santa Rosa Multipurpose Complex. Brownlee pass deflected. Ball will remain with Alab Pilipinas with 8 seconds to work with.
Trying to get it into Ronaldo Balkman as you saw Brian Williams help out.
Lob, Parks puts it up and in.
And this is going to be a matchup Parks will take advantage of all night long. Smaller defender, unlike Keith Jensen, he can just shoot over him.
Great inbound play for San Miguel Alab Pilipinas there. They lead it 10-5. Almost halfway done in the first. Freddie Leash hounded by a good defender in Pau Havilona. And that's another error for CLS.
And Nugroho cannot get a handle on that bullet pass coming from Brian Williams, but I like the double team by JR Alabanza on that ball screen for Freddy Leash.
And that's the second miscommunication between Brian Williams and Fernando Nugroho in this first quarter. Bobby Ray guarded by Febrio Tomo. Ray Parks on the turnaround, forces one up, nothing there. Brian Williams gets the board. Williams on the move. He goes to Edwards, who skies high for the throwdown.
And Justin Brownlee with the business decision to get out of the way, as Edwards really wanted to flush that in.
How about Shane Edwards? Came to play tonight.
Yep, trying to make an impact in his last game as a CLS Knight for this season at least.
Brownlee rather. Fancy dribbling there, gets the basket and the foul.
Brownlee with the quick answer, showing us the ball handling skills.
Justin Brownlee, this was the play earlier. Shane Edwards throwing it down with two hands. And on the counter, Justin Brownlee gets the contact from Utomo and gets the easy deuce. Timeout on the floor. San Miguel Alab Pilipinas up by 5. Your ABL will return after this. Back in your ASEAN Basketball League, 3 officials from Singapore, Chinese Taipei, and Thailand, Wacharin, Ming, and Wing, calling this game between San Miguel Alab Pilipinas against the CLS Knights Indonesia. And Justin Brownlee against CLS, 15 points, 7 rebounds, and 5 assists. His usual numbers, usually flirting with a triple-double this season in his inaugural season with San Miguel Alab Pilipinas.
A little bit below his average of 22 points per game, but you know, Justin Brownlee, very efficient scorer here for San Miguel Alab Pilipinas. Does not force any of his, rarely forces his shots. Really shoots at a very efficient rate and has a knack for hitting timely baskets, and also had that nice flush in the paint against Brian Williams.
Oh, what a step back there from Freddy Leash.
You know, Martin, talking about Brian Williams, according to our title stats, TK, he needs 10 points in this game to break 1,000 career points here in the ASEAN Basketball League.
I think he's very capable of doing that tonight. As Shane Brownlee rather missing on the shot, and now the Bogman gets the follow.
Shane Edwards, so it looks like he fell and tweaked his ankle there.
Slightly limping here as Freddy Leash. This was the jumper earlier over Paulo Havilona. Brownlee, the left-handed lay-in, did not go, but Ronaldo Bogman again has been doing that all season long for San Miguel Alab Pilipinas, getting the offensive rebound and a putback.
Ronaldo Bogman, one of those guys that you do not really have to call plays for. They've been doing that all season long for San Miguel Alab Pilipinas, average about 5 offensive rebounds per game, 24 points, leading scorer for Alab.
That's the first points for Ronaldo Bogman tonight. Febrio Tomo, guarded by Bobby Ray. They go to Brian Williams here. Alabanza covering Williams. Oh, passes it to the wrong guy. Brownlee, watch out, throws it. Oh!
A little too much juice on that one.
A missed dunk by Justin Brownlee, a rare one as well. Freddy Leash goes inside. Nugroho, denied by Alabanza. Bogman will try on the other end, lays it up and in.
And make sure with that one, a nice forward pass coming from Paulo Havilona.
That's a safer shot in transition for Ronaldo Bogman. Freddie Leash fires, can't hit, and ball will go back with the white shirts.
And Justin Brownlee cannot help but keep smiling after that miss. Something his teammates are going to tease him about for the rest of the season.
The crowd backing him up though here in Santa Rosa. 18-9, early lead here.
I think he was too excited. That was such a wide open breakaway.
Bobby Ray, crossover, gets to the lane. He gets the basket to draw.
That's a friendly bounce there. Bobby Ray Parks, has a lot of confidence, especially with the defenders that CLS has been throwing at him. And Alabanza
getting active here. Alabanza throws it down. Wow!
Heads up play there from JR Alabanza, playing the passing lanes, showing a lot of confidence, and his teammates are just so happy for him.
Biggest lead of the first for San Miguel Alab Pilipinas, 22-9. Timeout. Back inside Santa Rosa Multipurpose Complex. You see a lot of exciting fans here. Dabbing, getting excited. Early action for San Miguel Alab Pilipinas. They probably got more excited when Justin Brownlee missed the dunk. But San Miguel Alab Pilipinas on a 9-0 run to take the 13-point lead, and this was the last basket for them. JR Alabanza playing the passing lanes very well, throwing it down on the other end.
And Alab doing exactly what was prescribed. Take the CLS Knights out of the game early. This is a great start for them, 22-9. And Alabanza has been great defensively, really putting a body against Brian Williams.
And speaking of Brian Williams, that's a counter dunk from the veteran. Bobby Ray. Oh, flips it up and in. Ray Parks on fire here in the first.
And how about the body control there by Bobby Ray Parks? Nice sidestep and keeping his balance and upper body strength.
That looked like another pick-off for San Miguel Alab Pilipinas. A miss by Shane Edwards. Pamboy Raimundo will check back in for Pau Havilona earlier. Bobby Ray now. Or Bogman rather, guarded by Williams. Raimundo, one dribble in, short on the jump shot.
Well, despite the miss there, Raimundo and Havilona have shown a lot of confidence backing up the injured Josh Urbistondo. They've been giving positive contributions.
Shane Edwards scoring the basket with the left hand.
Shane Edwards, one of the leading scorers right now, or the leading scorer right now for the CLS Knights with 9 points.
Alabanza inside, pass deflected, stolen away by CLS. The Knights on the move. Great recovery here defensively for San Miguel Alab Pilipinas, and they leave Brian Williams wide open. He makes them pay.
Yep, he has that stroke, shoots it at about 37% from long distance. Normally makes about 1 3-pointer a game.
CLS able to cut the lead down to 8. Here's Bogman. Closely guarded by Shane Edwards. They go back out to Bobby Ray Parks. Back to Bogman. Face-up jumper, knocks it down. Nothing but net.
That's a good sign there. Nice soft touch from Ronaldo Bogman from 17 feet, showing no effects on that high ankle sprain.
And an unforced turnover on the inbound for CLS Knights. So ball will go back to San Miguel Alab Pilipinas as Oping Sumalinog checks in for Justin Brownlee.
Coach Jimmy Alapag this early, making full use of his bench already.
It is a 10-point game. A hot start for Alab Pilipinas. Ray Parks on the turnaround. What a move there for Bobby Ray.
What a tough shot there from Bobby Ray Parks. Spinning through the middle.
That's something he actually was able to work on when he was spending time in the United States, as Shane Edwards gets in double figures here with 11 markers.
And continuing to keep his team within striking distance.
Brownlee, or Balkman rather, could not make the floater. But at the end of the first, the home squad, San Miguel Alab Pilipinas, off the way. Hot start here. J.R. Alabanza. A spark in the starting lineup for Coach Jimmy Alapag. 4 points for San Miguel Alab Pilipinas. Shane Edwards started the scoring for CLS, scoring 7 straight points for the Knights in this game. Ray Parks also in double figures. That was one of the jams by Shane Edwards. And here's Ronaldo Balkman also picking up the scoring. 5 points from Mr. Balkman after the first, and Brian Williams has had difficulty against the defenders early on here, but he got the throw down there. And at the end of the first quarter, first 10 minutes of play, San Miguel Alab Pilipinas up by 10 points, 28-18. Second quarter action when we return right here in our ASEAN Basketball League, only on SNA. Resume our coverage here of the ASEAN Basketball League Season number 8 live in Santa Rosa, Laguna in the Philippines. Beautiful venue here, beautiful place as well. Inside the Santa Rosa multi-purpose complex for the last game of both teams, San Miguel Alab Pilipinas and CLS Knights, of the elimination round. And again, Alab Pilipinas battling to solidify their position in the playoff picture.
Yep.
It is a must-win situation for them as they are looking to tie Mono Vampire at 14-6 in our team standings. Some activities here during the quarter break.
And, it's very simple for San Miguel Alab Pilipinas. A loss here would mean they drop down to number 4 spot, but a win keeps them in contention for the top 2 spots, as we mentioned during the pre-game, depending on the result of that game between Chongson and Hong Kong, which happens on Wednesday. But so far, first quarter, great start for San Miguel Alab Pilipinas. Very similar to the 24-12 start in the first quarter last Wednesday. Right now, it's 28-18. And Bobby Ray Parks, together with Justin Brownlee. Parks has 12 points. Balkman has 7. Brownlee has 3 points. Alabanza, heads-up play here in the first quarter. Great defense against Brian Williams with 4 points.
But how about Bobby Ray Parks Jr., Marco? Struggled to begin this season, struggled to find his role because they had 2 prominent world imports.
Yep.
At first they had Ivan Johnson and Reggie Ocosa, replaced by Justin Brownlee and Ronaldo Balkman, speaking of scoring the jumper there. And Bobby Ray Parks slowly but surely finding a more comfortable role in the rotation of Coach Jimmy Alapag as we went through the season.
Plus, you also cannot underscore enough the importance of having 2 veteran players, 2 winners. Talking about Ronaldo Balkman and Justin Brownlee, the experience and the teaching, the mindset that they were able to impart to Bobby Ray Parks. We really saw the difference between how he started the season out and how he's been playing with the likes of Balkman and Brownlee. The difference has been night and day for Bobby Ray Parks.
You saw him in their last game against the CLS Knights as well. When Ronaldo Balkman went down with that ankle injury, Bobby Ray asserted himself, in the offensive end, scoring 21 points for San Miguel Alab Pilipinas. And speaking of Alab, with possession now on the move, Sumalino against B-Boy Engyo. Balkman, the floater, too strong. Domingo gets the offensive rebound. Back to Domingo inside, and that's a foul on CLS.
And Mr. Second Chance opportunity, Lawrence Domingo getting another offensive rebound that time. Parks take it strong, drawing the foul. As we see Don Ontiveros make his way into the game. Only other player who has not seen action is Rico Meyer-Hoffer.
Don Ontiveros nailed 2 3-pointers in the Caloocan Sports Complex.
And he also nailed 2 3-pointers in that game in Davao, so it's a good sign, especially heading into the playoffs, that the Cebuano hotshot has found a rhythm.
Oh, that's denied by Brian Williams.
Nice help defense there coming from Brian Williams.
4 seconds to shoot for San Miguel Alab Pilipinas. This was the floater and the rejection by Williams. 2 seconds left, and they need to put it up. And they will be called for the shot clock violation.
That's going to be a turnover for San Miguel Alab Pilipinas. That's going to be turnover number 4 for them. CLS Knights have, if I'm not mistaken, 6 turnovers in the game, while Alab has scored 8 points off of those turnovers. 2-3 zone right now for the white shirts as Balkman heads to the bench.
They go to Brian Williams here. Lobs it up inside, easily picked off by Brownlee. Raimundo ahead of the pack, lays it up and in.
Another basket in transition. 8 fast break points right now for San Miguel Alab Pilipinas. And the other thing that you like about these 2 world imports in Brownlee and Balkman, so unselfish, always ready to launch that forward pass to get an open teammate in transition.
32-18. I believe this is the biggest lead for San Miguel Alab Pilipinas tonight. They go to Shane Edwards, corner 3, too strong. Raimundo gets the board. And let's now go to Bea Diaz for her report. Bea?
Martin and Marco, this may be a no-berry match for the CLS Knights, but don't count them out just yet. Their last game against Alab Pilipinas may be forgettable, but Coach Coco assures that they will be making the necessary adjustments in tonight's game. First, they must take care of the ball as Alab Pilipinas thrives on the break. Secondly, they must focus on defense. They must be disciplined on their coverage and as well communicate with one another on the floor. And lastly, he just wants his team to have fun. He understands that this is the last game of the season, and sometimes the team with the least pressure is the most dangerous one. So let's see if they can complete their spoiler roles in tonight's game. Back to you, Martin and Marco.
Thank you, Bea. And well, they're down by 16 points, 36-20, and they've been turning the ball over a lot against San Miguel Alab Pilipinas, as Shane Edwards got fouled on the way up by Lawrence Domingo.
And the first half of that game, CLS Knights had 9 turnovers in the first half, as we see this reverse from Lawrence Domingo.
Specialty of the house.
And hit that reverse either with his left hand or the right hand. You also saw a nice pull-up jumper coming from Oping Sumalinog, playing with a lot of confidence as well. As Sandy Corniawan, the designated shooter of the CLS Knights, makes his entry. And he has been in a slump towards the second half of the season.
It was a staple of the starting 5 for the CLS Knights, at least to begin the year, alongside Mario Wuisang.
Defense has started keying in on him, and he has not reached the double-digit mark, only averaging about 5 points a game.
Here's Freddy Leach on the crossover. He drives, does not connect. Shane Edwards on the putback.
This is a smaller lineup for San Miguel Alab Pilipinas, so Edwards and Brian Williams getting those second chance opportunities.
36-22, 6:45 remaining in the first half. The white shirts, again with a 14-point lead. Ontiveros goes to Sumalinog. Ball stolen away. Great hustle by B-Boy Engio. Engio on the sidestep. Straight to the house there.
And if Alab is not careful, lead is down to just 12 points. Still a lot of time here in the second.
36-24, Brownlee. Straight to the cup.
Just overpowering his way against B-Boy Engio. Once he got the switch, Brownlee knew what he had to do.
So back and forth we go here in the second frame. 38-24, Freddy Leach working on Raimundo. Leach high off the glass and in.
And creating space there against Pamboy Raimundo. The upper body strength of Freddy Leach, underrated that time, able to carve his way against Raimundo.
Raimundo now goes to Sumalinog. Brownlee off the jab step, no good. Edwards with the rebound. Shane Edwards on the move. Shane finishes with the left hand.
How about Shane Edwards there, keeping his team within striking distance. Lead is just down to 10, able to finish with both left and right hands in transition.
Shane leads the way for CLS with 17 points here in the first half, but that's a clear foul on Freddy Leash. He was trying to stop Pamboy Raimundo.
Shane Edwards really trying to leave a good impression here in his last game for the CLS Knights this season.
And finally, Marco, the last guy off the bench of Alab Pilipinas, Rico Meyerhofer, inserted now by Coach Jimmy Alapag. As Pamboy misses the first free throw. Again, providing that steady backup point guard role for Josh Orbistondo.
And now Bobby Ray Parks comes in for Pamboy Raimundo. So Parks will play the point guard spot. A little taller lineup here for San Miguel Alab Pilipinas with Meyerhofer, Domingo, and Brownlee as your front line.
39-28. Shane Edwards from straightaway there, in and out. Meyerhofer battles for the rebound. Brian Williams grabs the board. Double team. That's a foul on Alab, either against Meyerhofer or Don Ontiveros, and they call it on number 10, Rico Meyerhofer. That's his first personal foul.
So Brian Williams, that is going to be his 4th rebound of the game. Matched up against the smaller Justin Brownlee.
Biboy Angio fires. Short, that was well contested by Meyerhofer. Brownlee goes to the corner. Parks corner 3, no good. Meyerhofer is skying for the rebound, and a foul from behind against Biboy Angio.
And what you like about San Miguel Alab Pilipinas, whether it's a miss or a make, always looking to try to push the ball in transition. That time, transition 3 for Bobby Ray Parks.
Under 5 remaining here. Timeout on the floor. Alab Pilipinas still on top by 11 points. Your ASEAN Basketball League will be back after this. Here, Dan Fernandez on your screens of the city of Santa Rosa. Again, thank you so much for once again accommodating us tonight.
Always very supportive
Yes.
of the ABL.
And I believe this is the 3rd or 4th game we are holding it here in Santa Rosa Multipurpose Complex. This in the elimination round in season number 8. Now the first half, under 5 remaining. Alab Pilipinas with a 11-point advantage. Yes, Marco.
The concern here for Coach Jimmy Alapag is you have to keep your energy level up. You know, this is a non-bearing game for the CLS Knights, but for San Miguel Alab Pilipinas, they have to keep the energy level up. They have to keep playing aggressive and not allow the CLS Knights to get a mini run here going towards the end of the second quarter.
Brian Williams, speaking of, Marco, right on cue, gets the bucket to drop.
And just like that, the lead is down to single digits. Just a 9-point deficit right now for the CLS Knights.
San Miguel Alab Pilipinas. Parks straight to the cup there. Bobby Ray Parks.
And Bobby Ray Parks knows that whichever defender they put against him, unless it's probably Shane Edwards, he can beat off the dribble.
14 points, yes, for Bobby Ray Parks. Freddy Leash stops, sends it out to Angio. Back out again to Shane Edwards, posting up against Domingo. Shane Edwards, difficult shot as he was bodying up with Lawrence Domingo.
That's good defense there coming from Lawrence Domingo. Just stay in front of Shane Edwards. And Bogman now comes back in for Lawrence Domingo as Abelona also checks in for Don Ontiveros.
So similar situation here for San Miguel Alab Pilipinas. CLS was also able to cut the lead in the second quarter. I think that was 37 to 30 last Wednesday. And tonight, 39-30 and now 41-30. Alab Pilipinas taking command again.
That's going to be another turnover. Turnover number 6 for San Miguel Alab Pilipinas as Brownlee and Meyerhofer with a miscommunication.
Freddy Leash pulls up for 3, short.
Well defended there by Javelona.
Meyerhofer puts on the Jets. Goes to Javelona, back to Brownlee in the middle. Brownlee off the glass, nothing there. Coronyawan on the move. Freddy Leash, all denied by Bobby Ray.
Bobby Ray doing a good job avoiding the contact, keeping his arms up, getting the block against Freddy Leash.
Great anticipation there by Bobby Ray Parks Jr.
He knew that Leash was going to try to draw the contact, brought the ball back. Parks was long enough to get the deflection.
CLS with 17 seconds to work with. Brian Williams backing down on Ronaldo. Cross-court pass deflected again.
Another turnover here for CLS. Those passes by Brian Williams have been telegraphed by Alab.
Javelona from the corner knocks it down.
Justin Brownlee always putting pressure on the defense and very unselfish finds Javelona at the corner.
It is a 14-point advantage, just like that. San Miguel Alab Pilipinas with a couple of baskets, 5-0 run. Brian Williams cannot hit the layup. Javelona this time moves it for Alab Pilipinas. They go inside. Bachman, easy finish.
Another basket in transition there. Javelona pushing the pace. Bobby Ray Parks finding Bachman under the basket. That's assist number 10.
Lead, yeah. Javelona ahead to Bachman. Back to Bobby Ray. He's gone. Ray Parks with a lay-in.
And you love the unselfishness of San Miguel Alab Pilipinas. Assist number 11 for them.
Timeout on the floor. 18-point lead to 11 remaining here in the first half. We go back to our coverage here of your ASEAN Basketball League, and San Miguel Alab Pilipinas on a roll here. Three-pointer by Pao Javelona from the corner, and then a couple of baskets in transition. First one, now the Bachman with the easy finish in his side. And again, the unselfishness of San Miguel Alab Pilipinas in full display in the first half. The connection between Bachman and Bobby Ray Parks working there as they take the 18-point lead. And Marco, you were pointing out the assists for San Miguel Alab Pilipinas. That's actually what separates the top 4 teams from the rest of the league. Hong Kong, Chongson, San Miguel Alab Pilipinas, and Mono Vampire all average above 20 assists per game.
And right now, San Miguel Alab Pilipinas with 11 assists already. Bachman returning the favor there for Bobby Ray Parks as Paolo Javelona picks up a foul against Freddy Leash. But we talked about turnovers resulting or being converted into points off turnovers by San Miguel Alab Pilipinas. 15 turnover points for Alab, 10 points on the break for the guys in white, and that is one of the reasons why they were able to launch a 9-0 run to get the lead back up to 18 points.
And San Miguel Alab Pilipinas on a defensive stop there. Cross-court pass, Meyerhofer goes to Alabanza. Got fouled.
CLS Knights dropping to a 2-3 zone there. Nice flash to the middle there by Alabanza.
San Miguel Alab Pilipinas has outscored CLS in the second frame, 20-12. And taking the 18-point lead. Arif Hidayat checks back in. Havilona knocks down another three-point bomb.
And Paulo Havilona, ever since his college days, has been known as a three-point gunner. Right now, second three-pointer of the game.
Biggest lead of the night for Alab Pilipinas at 21 points. Curnyawan throws it up, nothing there.
He has not gotten his rhythm.
Meyerhofer on the drive. Rico Meyerhofer with 2 points, but he is down on the floor.
Looks like he hurt his knee there. Hopefully it's not serious.
And they quickly foul on the other side.
Something you did not want to see here if you're an Alab Pilipinas fan. Meyerhofer is clutching his knee after that layup.
Let's take a look at that again. Great outlet pass by Pau Havilona. And this was the drive by Meyerhofer. I think it was in the landing. That right knee.
Sort of buckled, and it was a non-contact
Wow.
injury.
Our venue and crowd falling silent here in Santa Rosa Multipurpose Complex. Another man down for San Miguel Alab Pilipinas.
I remember Robbie said he's also nursing some type of knee injury, not seeing action today. Rico Meyerhofer and Lawrence Domingo played key roles, especially against the taller teams. But Chongson Kung Fu, see that right leg buckle after the landing.
But it's a good sign, Marco, that he is able to walk on his own and bend the knee.
Hopefully, you hope it's just a strain or a slight sprain, and hopefully he did not feel any pop or anything buckle.
How about San Miguel Alab Pilipinas injuries here? This is the wife of Rico Meyerhofer.
Together with Miss LJ Alapag, the wife
LJ
of
Alapag, yes.
Coach Jimmy. And again, it's a good sign that Meyerhofer is able to walk it off on his own.
And the total substitution, Oping Sumalino for Rico Meyerhofer.
And Oping Sumalino checks in now for Rico Meyerhofer.
2 free throws for Alab Gemila.
Gemila taking the 2 shots for the CLS Knights in an effort to cut into this lead.
And Gamilang has seen action in 10 games this season. This is his 11th game, averaging about 4.3 points per game. Had a game where he exploded for 14 points, was player of the game early on in the season.
As I think against the Formosa Dreamers, their first victory as well.
CLS continuing with that 2-3 zone.
53-30, under a minute remaining. Bobby Ray fires it up. No good. CLS with a rebound.
And this is also an all-local squad here for Coach Coco de Groho. No Shane Edwards, no Brian Williams.
They go to B-Boy Engyo here. Back to Engyo, 11 seconds to shoot. He fires! Does not connect. Havilona skying high for the rebound.
And they will hold for the last shot of the first half.
16 seconds to work with here for San Miguel Alab Pilipinas. In a very comfortable position, up by 23 points. 8 seconds to shoot. They swing it around. Havilona fires from straight away. Knocks it down!
And I don't think Paulo Havilona has missed from the three-point land this first half. 3 triples now.
3 for 3 for Pau Havilona here in the first half, and a total of 11 points for San Miguel Alab Pilipinas. As we see the highlights here of the second quarter, B-Boy Angyo scoring there for CLS. Since then, it's been all Alab Pilipinas, 26-point advantage, and they actually ended the third quarter, or second quarter rather, outscoring CLS 28-12. We continued the highlights here. This was the play where Rico Meyerhofer scored the basket and also sustained that knee injury. Pau Havilona, what a way to end the first half, knocking down his third three-pointer of the game. Again, at the half, San Miguel Alab Pilipinas up by 26 big points, 56-30 over the visiting CLS Knights of Surabaya, Indonesia. Halftime stats and analysis when we return here in Santa Rosa, Laguna for your ASEAN Basketball League on SNA.
Good evening mga kapamilya. Welcome back to the ABL halftime report for the game between the Alab Pilipinas and the CLS Knights, with Alab Pilipinas up 56-30. So right now I'm with Josh Urbistondo and Robbie Salas, both players who are now on the injury list for Alab Pilipinas. So they will be here with me now to explain to us their injury and how they were able to get it. So first with you, Josh. So please explain to everyone your injury and how you were able to, how you suffered the injury in your previous game.
I just had an awkward landing 2 games ago against Saigon Heat. Just mild strain on my hamstring, so I'm just resting now and then hopefully be back next week by the playoffs.
And how about for you, Robbie Salas? Ano yung injury mo ngayon at paano mo siya nakuha?
Nung game din namin sa China, January 30 or 31 ata, nagkamali ako ng dive eh. So nahuna yung tuhod ko. Tapos yun, nung nagpa-check kami, sprained PCL na pala yung injury.
Okay, so mga kapamilya, ang strained PCL, apparently it's the back of the knee. So kung MCL sa gilid, ACL sa harap, ang PCL sa likod. Tama ba? Ayun. So both players are hopefully will be returning in time for the quarterfinals. Is that right, Josh?
Yes, hopefully by the playoffs we'll return, but you know, we have a good guy in Coach Chappie Kalanta. He's doing a good job with us, trying to get us back as soon as we can, and you know, the guys have been playing great so far, so hopefully we can keep it up and build this momentum going in this playoffs.
And for you, Josh, for you, Robbie, ayan, so yung injury mo na PCL, so medyo uncommon yun, makakabalik ka ba in time for the quarterfinal?
Yes, yun naman talaga yung focus namin na makabalik ako sa quarterfinal. So hopefully pagbalik ko, okay na.
Okay, so for you naman, Josh, so ikaw yung parang kuya ni Javelona at ni Raimundo. So how would you fare so far or gauge their playmaking skills given that you were the top point guard before you had your injury?
I'm sorry.
Okay, so we all know that Pamboy Raimundo and Pau Javelona see you as their kuya. So how would you gauge so far their playmaking skills and how they've been playing in the past 2 games?
Oh, they're doing a great job. Very talented players. Masipag sila eh. They're there early in the practice, working, and they have high confidence, and you know, it's nothing better than their kuya to see them playing well. You know, I'm so happy for them. They had an opportunity, and they're seizing the opportunity in the moment. And I'm just here to support them, and we're all here to support each other, and that's a good thing about this team. We're unselfish. Anybody can step up at any given time, and we really trust each other. Hopefully we can just continue doing that, and they continue to play well. The team as a whole plays well, and hopefully we can just keep going.
And Javelona actually scored 3 straight triples in the second quarter to end the half. And lastly for you, Robbie, so nakausap ko si Coach Jimmy Alapag before your last game against the CLS Knights last Wednesday. Ang sabi niya, gusto niya na magkaroon ng team ng playoff mentality. So masasabi mo na ba na playoff ready na ang Alab Pilipinas?
Yes, sobrang ready na kami para sa playoffs kasi yun naman talaga yung preparation namin. Every day, talagang yung bawat players pumupunta sa practice ng maaga. So yun talaga yung pinaghahandaan namin.
Okay, so thank you so much and get well soon, Josh and Robbie. So that's all for now. We'll be back for the break.
Representative ng ating Boniling Mayor. Sir, what's your name po muna? Philip. Okay. Sa tingin mo po kaya mong i-shoot yung bola from here? Tiwala lang. Tiwala naman parang yung sinabi. Sige po. Ready ka na? In behalf of Mayor Dan Fernandez to, ha? Go! Wala yun. Maraming salamat po. And muli po gusto po natin magpasalamat sa San Miguel Palepilne SMDC Patron, Gatorade City Club, Magnolia, Nike, Pro Tours, Michelle Reyes, City Government of Santa Rosa, and Game and Amusement Board. Muli po magandang sa Santa Rosa. Enjoy the rest of the game.
We're back inside Santa Rosa Multipurpose Complex right here in Santa Rosa, Laguna, Philippines, as we continue the live and exclusive coverage of your ASEAN Basketball League only on SNA. And at the half, home squad San Miguel Alab Pilipinas in full cruise control over the CLS Knights as they lead it by 26 big points, 56-30. Margin of error with Marco Benitez breaking this game down for you guys. And Marco, no stopping the offensive machine of Alab as they ended the second frame and the first half on a 17-0 run.
Well, you know, the second quarter, the CLS Knights were able to trim it down to 9 points, and then Coach Miguel Palepilne Alab reinserts Bobby Ray Parks, Paolo Javelon, and the rest of his starting lineup, and they were able to extend this lead once again. Right now it is at 26. Look at the field goal shooting, 60-37. Also, Alab Pilipinas 14-5 in terms of assists. Forced 9 turnovers already for the CLS Knights, and they converted 15 points off of those turnovers. Also, fast break points, it's 12-4 in favor of San Miguel Alab Pilipinas, so just dominating almost every major statistical category here are the San Miguel Alab Pilipinas squad.
All right, 56-30 again. And for San Miguel Alab Pilipinas has been Bobby Ray Parks Jr., who's been leading the way with 16 points, 8 out of 11 from the field in the first half to go along with 1 rebound and 3 times. And right next to him are Pau Javelona and Ronaldo Baltman with 11 apiece. Pau Javelona, of course, perfect from the outside, 3 for 3 from three-point range. And on the other side, it's only been Shane Edwards who has reached double figures with 17 points, but he is also shooting 8 out of 17 from the field to go along with 5 rebounds. Brian Williams, who is 3 points away from 1,000 points. He has 7 markers with 5 rebounds. So let's see if San Miguel Alab Pilipinas can continue this run in the second half and secure this all-important victory against the CLS Knights.
And you know, if I'm Coach Miguel Palepilne Alab, I'm going to try for another great start here in the third quarter, just to break this game wide open and be able to have the chance or the opportunity to send in the reserves. And it's been they can use this game as a great springboard going into the playoffs. Remember, they have a chance to finish at the top 2 spots. So if they make it to the top 2, depending on the outcome of Wednesday's game, they would have a bye for the quarterfinals, and they will only see action in the semifinal round. But assuming they end up in 3rd spot, they will be facing a very strong Saigon Heat squad that on any given night can really take you to the limit and can beat you in a best-of-3 semi-final or quarter-final series rather.
An upset on their mind, of course.
Remember that Saigon Heat squad is undefeated against the defending champs, the Hong Kong Eastern basketball squad.
One of the highest scoring teams in the league, Saigon Heat. At number 6 now, B-Boy Engyo opens the second half with that basket.
You just have to stay aggressive here. You have your starting 5, except for JR Alabanza. You have 2 point guards in Javelona and Pamboy Raimundo on the floor.
B-Boy Engyo goes for the steal there. Brownlee with a miss. They go back outside. Bobby Ray Parks catches the pass. Parks goes to Brownlee again on the fadeaway now. He connects.
Nice recovery there. Broken play for San Miguel Alab Pilipinas, but Brownlee getting the bucket, and Javelona almost with a steal and a bucket.
Sorry miss there for Javelona. They go back to the other side. CLS on the attack. Shane Edwards asking for the ball. Facing up against Brownlee, no good. And Baltman unable to catch the rebound, so it's going to go back to the CLS Knights.
Miscue there between Baltman and Brownlee as each one thought the other already had possession.
A fresh 14 here for CLS. They are down by 26 big points, and they go again to B-Boy Engyo. And like this matchup against Bobby Ray Parks. Pick and roll with Brian Williams. He kicks it out. Shane Edwards back to Williams from mid-range. He fakes, takes it in, got fouled in the process. So that's going to be 2 shots for Brian Williams.
And they're going to give it to Ronaldo Baltman. Second personal foul for Ronaldo Baltman. Almost a turnover there for the CLS Knights. Shot clock violation.
Brian Williams, again, one of the best rebounders in the league, averaging about 15 boards per game.
One thing we have not seen Brian Williams do tonight is really play with his back to the basket. He has been playing from the perimeter He has even taken those point guard duties for a stretch.
In the playmaker at times for CLS. Pamboy, Brownlee, oh. Shane Edwards picking the pocket of Justin Brownlee there. Able to take control off the basketball and up and in for Shane Edwards.
Completes the steal and the bucket in transition. Shane Edwards still playing hard here. Already with 19 points, leading scorer right now for the CLS Knights.
Shane Edwards, very hard to stop this guy. On the break, short on the three-point play opportunity though.
And, you know, for these world imports, this is also their stepping stone onto their next tour of duty. So always pays to play hard whenever you have the opportunity to do so.
58-36. Almost 2 minutes gone in our second half. Brian Williams backing down on Ronaldo Balkman, but went for the fadeaway, Marco.
Tough shot there for Brian Williams.
Brownlee on the move. Brownlee straight to the cup.
Nobody there to help out Sandy Cornyawan. Almost impossible to stop Brownlee.
Justin Brownlee got the bounce there. Freddie Leash. Again, hounded by Havilona. Leash, tough shot. And we go the other way again. Bobby Ray Parks. They go to Pamboy Raimundo. Back to Bobby Ray against Bibo Yangyo. Ray Parks to the paint. Sends it out to Brownlee. Corner three. No good. And Bibo Yangyo secures the rebound. Yangyo on the move. Back out to Freddie Leash. Lots of time to work with here. They go to Shane Edwards. Back to Brian Williams. Extra pass. Cornyawan, a three-point specialist. And that's good for Cornyawan.
And you know, Pamboy Raimundo probably would have been better off giving that three-point shot to Brian Williams instead of helping out and leaving his man, Sandy Cornyawan, who is the more deadly three-point shooter.
So far, CLS has outscored Alab 9-4 to begin the third frame, but Raimundo says something about that with that jumper.
That's a confident stroke there coming from Pamboy Raimundo off the screen.
Fifth point of Pamboy Raimundo tonight. 62-39. Sandy goes to the corner. Again, they go to Shane Edwards. Face-up jumper over Brownlee, no good. Brian Williams with the rebound.
And Parks quickly acknowledges the foul as he reached in.
This was a jumper earlier by Pamboy Raimundo. Also his favorite spot on the floor. That mid-range from the elbow.
Raimundo had 3 points in their last game. Oh, sorry, 3 points in the first half. Had 6 points in their last game.
And Marco, with that free throw, Brian Williams reaches 1,000 points in his career in the ASEAN Basketball League.
That's just a great accomplishment there for this world import of the CLS Knights.
6 and 16 remaining here, 62-41. Raimundo, floater in the lane, no good. Brian Williams grabs the rebound. Williams again, bringing the ball down for CLS. They go to the corner. Angio fires off to the side. Havilona on the move, 3-on-1 break. Havilona off the contact, gets it up and in.
And there's been this sort of duel here between Freddie Leash and Paolo Havilona. It has been going since last game. Remember, Havilona tweaked his ankle after the three-point shot again on Freddie Leash's foot. Havilona there drawing the contact, creating space and banking it off the glass.
So far, Pau Havilona winning the battle with 13 points. 64-41, Arif Hidayat checks in for Leash. Edwards on the catch and shoot. Havilona gets the rebound. Pau to Ray Parks. They go to Brownlee. Floater is good.
Nice body control there from Justin Brownlee as he was fading to the baseline.
And Brownlee reaches double digits here with 11 points.
Miguel Alab Pilipinas adding to their assist total right now.
Dimariski to Shane Edwards on the runner. Cannot connect. Raimundo on the move. Havilona one-on-one. Cornyawan did not even attempt to deflect the shot. Javilona all the way.
And smart move there by Javilona, using his body to shield the ball against Sandy Corniawan.
15 points now for Javilona. And Brian Williams scores off the glass.
Shot, bank shot there, coming from Brian Williams.
First time that face-up jumper worked for Brian Williams tonight. Pau Javilona cross court. Raimundo floater in and out. Shane Edwards on the move now against two white shirts. And ball stolen away by guess who? Pau Javilona. 2-on-1 break. Raimundo breaks away with that layup. Timeout on the floor, and again, San Miguel Alab Pilipinas on a roll in our third frame, up by 27 big points. Back to our coverage here. This is your ASEAN Basketball League season number 8 right here on SNA. And San Miguel Alab Pilipinas again just continues to score here in our third quarter. Justin Brownlee getting into the act. Pau Javilona now with 15 points, getting his second start off the season and rewarding that decision by Coach Jimmy Alapag. Pamboy ay Raimundo capping off that run. That breakaway layup. Again, they're up by 27 points, 4 and 11 remaining here in the third.
These are two guys that have really stepped up in the absence of Josh Urbistondo. Javilona, talking about Javilona and Pamboy Raimundo. And again, continuing to repay the trust of Coach Jimmy Alapag.
Shane Edwards on the putback jam.
A strong flush there coming from Shane Edwards.
So I'll go to Bea Daes for her report here in the second half, Bea.
Martin and Marco for an injury report regarding Rico Meyerhofer. He had a right knee buckle when he landed awkwardly with his layup in the second quarter, and according to strength and conditioning coach Chappie Calianta, he suffered a right knee sprain and will be under observation for the rest of the game, so he will not be able to return to the game. Now, with the comfortable lead of Alab Pilipinas, Coach Jimmy Alapag reminded his boys to be consistent with their energy. This game should be a confidence booster for all, especially for Pau Javilona, who has already scored 15 points. Now, on the other end, for the CLS Knights, Coach Coco urged his locals to step up with the imports scoring more than half of their points, and they will not be able to win the game with just their imports. That's all for now. Back to you, Martin and Mark.
Thank you, Bea. And speaking of confidence, well, the confidence is sky high right now for Javilona and Pamboy Raimundo. And how big is this, Marco, for San Miguel Alab Pilipinas going into the playoffs with your point guard rotation? That 3-point guard rotation for Coach Jimmy Alapag, all getting minutes here towards the latter part of the elimination round.
And it's not just the point guard spot, although that is going to be big for them, especially since the teams that they will be playing against, for example, Chongson Kung Fu, Hong Kong Eastern, even Mono Vampire, all have stacked point guard in terms of point guard talent or guard talent. But it's pretty much the entire local cast here for Coach Jimmy Alapag. At the start of the season, we mentioned that San Miguel Alab Pilipinas has one of the deepest benches. If you can get them going, you have guys like Ontiveros, JR Alabanza, Lawrence Domingo, and right now we are seeing that exactly. Alabanza has so far played heads-up basketball in this game. Domingo, in previous games, has yet to get it going. Of course, Don Ontiveros, everybody waiting for him to explode or connect on three-point shots. And if they can really step up consistently, especially at the start of the playoffs or throughout the playoffs, San Miguel Alab Pilipinas is going to be a very difficult team to play in a 3 or 5 game series.
Very scary team going into the playoffs, and more importantly, Marco, peaking at the right time is San Miguel Alab Pilipinas, now on their way If they hold on here to their third straight blowout win to close out the elimination round, Arif Hidayat scoring on the basket there.
Coach Jimmy Alapag, not that decision to not play Rico Meyer-Hoffer anymore, I think is a good one, because you don't want to risk something like that, especially when you feel the knee buckle. You want to get it under observation, probably get an MRI on it and see the extent of the injury before you try to do some strength and conditioning and get it back on the court. Rico Meyer-Hoffer is going to be integral to them as well. As we talked about those teams up or above them or almost equal to them in the standings. Mono Vampire has Sam Deguara and a nice import or a big import in Mike Singletary.
Mike Singletary, yes.
Yep,
and Mono Vampire also, Marco, is actually also a deep team in the ASEAN Basketball League, with a lot of guys can play off the bench. You have Chichay Ananti there, Darongpan Apurong Milay Chai, Summer Chai. Those guys can really contribute off the bench. Again, it's important for the locals now of San Miguel Alab Pilipinas to get the confidence in just in time for the playoffs.
And yes, of course, you also have to talk about Hong Kong Eastern. You have the Christian Stan Hardingers and the Ryan Moss, while for Chongson, you have Justin Howard and Kalen Johnson. So Lawrence Domingo, J.R. Alabanza, as well as Rico Meyer-Hoffer will definitely play critical roles here for Coach Jimmy Alapag.
And we've also seen the locals of Chongson Kung Fu step up, at least in their past two games. Song Shui and Luo Yongxuan stepping up there for Coach Charles Dubé. It's a 25-point lead. And before the basket, the 3-point play by Bobby Ray Parks, CLS was actually on an 8-3 run to cut the lead. A minute and a half remaining. Pamboy Raimundo calling the shots now for San Miguel Alab Pilipinas. He is guarded by Bima Rizky Ardianza. Ontiveros. Pass deflected and broken up by Nugroho. Wisnu. They swing it around to the other side. Gemila. Guarded by Alabanza now. They go to Wisnu. On the cut, back to Nugroho for the basket.
Nugroho has been the beneficiary here of Ryan Williams and Shane Edwards heading to the bench. He's their primary big man in terms of locals. Again, CLS Knights are without Mario Buisang and Keith Jensen.
Ontiveros cannot connect.
You hear the crowd starting to hum as they realize Ontiveros is wide open for the three.
37 seconds remaining. Dimariski goes to Gemila. Back outside, it's stolen by Oping Sumalino. Alab Pilipinas on the move. They will slow it down. With about 5 seconds difference between the shot and game clock. Sumalino back to Ontiveros. Two snipers for San Miguel Alab Pilipinas in for Coach Jimmy Alapag. Dondon Ontiveros connects on the jumper.
First basket of the game for Dondon Ontiveros. And this is another guy you need heading into the playoffs to find his rhythm.
Last second here of the third. Wisnu could not get it to drop. And after the third quarter, it's a 25-point lead for San Miguel Alab Pilipinas. With pretty much everyone connecting on the floor. This was the three-pointer earlier by Sandy Kurnawan. Bobby Ray Parks, Justin Brownie getting in to react. Part of that big run that got them the 27-point lead earlier. Again, our score earlier, 70-43. That was the biggest lead of Alab Pilipinas. Shane Edwards not giving up on this game, continues to work for the CLS Knights, but Bobby Ray Parks Jr. on a roll in double figures now for Coach Jimmy Alapag. And again, at the end of 3 quarters of play, as we see this first basket of Dondon Ontiveros, it's San Miguel Alab Pilipinas with a 25-point lead over the CLS Knights, Surabaya, Indonesia. Fourth quarter action when we return right here in the ASEAN Basketball League.
Sige po. Ano po? 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Maraming salamat. Nice try. Next pair, please. Good job, sir. Maraming salamat. Next po, sino bang pipilihan? Si Sir. Okay, good luck po. Dito tayo sa gitna. 20 seconds on the clock. Ready na po tayo? Double time po tayo. Okay, ma'am, ready na? 3, 2, 1, go!
Kanan, kanan, kanan. Diretso, kaliwa, kaliwa.
And we welcome you back inside Santa Rosa Multipurpose Complex right here in Santa Rosa, Laguna. And just a quick season recap here for San Miguel Alab Pilipinas against the other 8 teams of the ASEAN Basketball League, splitting their series against Chongson Kung Fu, winning here, of course, in the Philippines and losing that one against China. And the CLS Knights on the verge of sweeping the squad from Surabaya and the Formosa Dreamers. They got 2-0 there. The only team they haven't beaten all season long is the Hong Kong Eastern, a team they faced very early in the season.
That is correct, and that just shows you the competitiveness of this San Miguel Alab Pilipinas squad, and it's a good sign for them, especially this blowout here against the CLS Knights, that they are in peak form heading into the playoffs, where they could finish as high as a number 2 seed and have a bye in that quarter-final round, and we will know by Wednesday what is going to happen or what type of playoff picture we will have.
Those 2 games against Hong Kong Eastern, Alab Pilipinas still had Ivan Johnson and Reggie Okosa.
And those were close games, actually. Yep. So they have not faced Hong Kong with Ronaldo Balkman and Justin Brownlee, and that can pretty much be the difference maker.
Again, we are in one of the tightest playoff races in the ASEAN Basketball League history, with a game at least separating teams 1 through teams 4.
Yep.
And that's, of course, Hong Kong Eastern, Chongson Kung Fu, Mono Vampire, and San Miguel Alab Pilipinas. Shot clock violation. A stop to begin the 4th quarter for Alab Pilipinas.
And as we mentioned at the start of the coverage, this impending win by San Miguel Alab Pilipinas, barring any major disaster here, will move them up to 14-6 in a tie with Mono Vampire squad. Chongson Kung Fu at 14-5. Hong Kong Eastern also at 14-5 will face each other on Wednesday.
That's going to be big.
If Chongson Kung Fu wins, they will end up as the number 1 seed, while if Hong Kong wins, Hong Kong will end up as the number 1 seed. Chongson or San Miguel Alab Pilipinas will finish number 2, while Mono will be number 4 and Chongson at number 3.
And Chongson Kung Fu has actually won the last 2 games against Hong Kong Eastern, both held in Nanhai Stadium in China. And Hong Kong Eastern earlier in the day taking care of business on the road in Maba Stadium, winning over the Westports Malaysia Dragons 110-96 to set up that showdown against Chongson Kung Fu on Wednesday in Southorn Stadium.
You probably do not expect Coach Jimmy Alapag to send Ronaldo Balkman and Justin Brownlee, even possibly Bobby Ray Parks, back into the game, unless CLS Knights trim this deficit drastically, probably to below 15 points.
Sumalinog fires, nothing there. Battle for the rebound. It goes to Gemilang. 2 minutes gone in the 4th quarter. 78-55. Wisnu again catches the basketball. No Brian Williams or Shade Edwards on the floor for CLS. Bimariski drives, cannot connect. He gets his own miss. Back out to Hidayat. Nugroho fakes. 10 seconds to work with. Nugroho leans in, no good.
And just talking about the CLS Knights, they found themselves competitive this season. They found themselves in many close games, just not able to complete the victory or pull it out in the 4th quarter. And, Mario Muisang got his game going towards the middle of the season. Sandy Corniawan experienced a slump after a great start to the season, so just not able to bring it all together was Coach Coco Negro and the rest of his squad.
And the changes as well in the World Import and Heritage Imports for the CLS Knights.
That injury to Duke Cruz at the start of the season, that was big. Because they went through Corey Jones,
Evan Brock.
Eventually they found Shane Edwards, but at that point might have been hard to get that chemistry going, and it was a little bit too late in the season.
And Kabilang scoring the reverse there, down to a 23-point lead. Over 3 gone, the fourth quarter. Pamboy Raimundo getting extended minutes here at point guard for San Miguel Alab Pilipinas. Domingo back to Raimundo, he fires and connects!
That's a big shot there from Pamboy Raimundo, nice kick out coming from Lawrence Domingo.
Ardianza goes to Utomo. Back to Ardianza, he fires, tried to counter, nothing there. And battle for the board, it's last touch on San Miguel Alab Pilipinas.
What you like about this point guard rotation here of Coach Jimmy Alabaga, Raimundo and Paulo Javelona, they're both gritty defenders. They take pride in their defense. Whether it's against taller point guards, taller wingmen, they love to play defense. They can hit that jumper. They're sort of 3 and D.
Yeah,
Point
both
guards.
of them.
Yep, they do not look for their shots. They're very willing playmakers, and they will find the highest percentage shot available.
Right now, they are both on the floor. A quick lineup here. A steal by Wisnu.
That was read well by Wisnu.
Gamilang on the reverse, does not connect. Wisnu with a putback.
Alab Pilipinas will slow it down once again.
5 on the floor for San Miguel Alab Pilipinas. We have Pamboy Raimundo, Don Ontiveros, J.R. Alabanza, Pau Javelona, and Lawrence Domingo. Alabanza getting active inside. Gets the follow to drop, plus the foul.
And you see, it's a nice sign. Bobby Ray Parks, Justin Brownlee, even Ronaldo Bogman getting up from the bench to cheer on J.R. Alabanza. One of the guys that struggled early in the season. So far, gotten his confidence going, especially in the last few games. And they're going to need him, because Alabanza, with his height and his heft, can match up against a Justin Howard or a Sam Deguara and preserve Ronaldo Bogman from picking up easy fouls.
That's another big body off the bench, stands about 6'6", J.R. Alabanza.
And he allows Coach Jimmy Alabag to play big with a lineup of Alabanza, Bogman, and Brownlee playing the 3 spot. Bobby Ray Parks can play the number 1 position.
Lawrence Domingo going all the way there. And it's a 28-point game, 87-59. Halfway done in the fourth. They swing it to the other side. Back to Wisnu. He fires. Cannot connect. Javelona gets the board. Alab on the move. Javelona. Long 3-pointer. Gets it through. 4th one off the game for Javelona.
Continues to be perfect here from long distance. What a shooting display here by Paulo Javelona.
Pau Javelona did have a nice game against the Saigon Heat in Davao.
Really played heads-up defense against Akeem Scott.
That's a basket off the baseline by Nugroho. Let's now go to Bea Daes. Bea.
Martin and Marco, with the quarterfinals just around the corner, Alab Pilipinas may be peaking just at the right time. Now, every player's role is vital to the team, and Coach Jimmy Lapag makes sure that everyone feels this. And this is why the likes of Pau Javelona is able to step up to the plate when Josh Urbisonde was put on the injury list. And I was able to talk to Josh earlier, and he told me this is the beauty of their team, their hard work and their ability to celebrate the success of one another. So let's see if the past 3 games could set the tone for a much tougher battle they will be facing in the next round. Back to you, Martin and Marco.
Thank you so much, Bea. And great points there.
You could see on the bench, Bobby Ray Parks, Brownlee, the rest of the guys celebrating that nice pass coming from Alabanza to Lawrence Domingo.
Timeout on the floor. It's a 31-point advantage. 3:45 remaining in the game. Resuming our coverage here of your ASEAN Basketball League, 31-point lead. San Miguel Alab Pilipinas in full command here in Santa Rosa, Laguna. Lawrence Domingo getting into the act there. And Pauha Vilona, how about this guy? 4 out of 4 from 3-point range for a total of 18 points with 8 rebounds and 3 dimes.
And how about the passing as well of San Miguel Alab Pilipinas, really sharing that basketball very well. 23 assists already for San Miguel Alab Pilipinas. And the selflessness has been contagious for them all game long.
And Marco, if we remember to begin the season, they played a lot of one-on-one basketball as Vilona fires. That's his first miss from the outside.
4 out of 5 from deep.
And San Miguel Alab Pilipinas didn't actually displayed a lot of unselfishness to begin the season as Pamboy Raimundo gets the breakaway layup there.
And I think that's going to count as another assist for Paulo Havelona. You're right, Marta. Ever since it started season first few games, it did not get a lot of assists. But ever since you see the shift from Justin Brownlee and Ronaldo Balkman, you see the attitude of these world imports, always willing to share the basketball and find the open man. It has just been contagious, and it has translated all the way from your number 1 local in Bobby Ray Parks all the way to your bench guys, even JR Alabanza, willing to make that pass to Lawrence Domingo on the couple of sequences ago.
From averaging about 10 assists per game, they doubled it up through the course of the season, averaging about or just over 20 a game as Raimundo connects from the outside. Wow!
And it's just been a great display of offense and unselfishness for San Miguel Alab Pilipinas, and it all starts from the attitude of your best players on the floor. You have Balkman and Brownlee, Bobby Ray Parks, or winners willing to do whatever it takes to get the win.
Raimundo and Havilona with 18 apiece. Alabanza attacks. Oh, Domingo inside for the cleanup.
And I don't know if that was an attempt or a pass to Lawrence Domingo.
99-61. The domination continues for San Miguel Alab Pilipinas. Final 2 minutes of the game.
I have them for 26 assists right now.
Wisnu straight to the cup. Alabanza too late for the block. 99-63. Pau Havilona will bring the ball down for Alab. They go to Alabanza again. JR back outside, pass deflected. Havilona will recover. 9 seconds to shoot for the white shirts. Havilona drives. Fadeaway J doesn't connect. He's missed his last 3 shots on the field, on the floor.
And Lawrence Domingo continuing to battle there. That tip by him giving him a second chance opportunity. 14 seconds on the clock.
And also, that's also a very important piece for San Miguel Alab Pilipinas. Lawrence Domingo finding his role in this rotation.
Right now, Lawrence Domingo with 8 points. Go along with 4 rebounds.
Remember early on, he was trying to figure out things, especially with Ivan Johnson and Reggie Ocosa getting much of the big man spot or big man minutes for San Miguel Alab Pilipinas as he gets the rebound there. Raimundo on the move, pull-up jumper from mid-range. 20 points now for Pamboy Raimundo.
And how about Pamboy Raimundo and Paulo Havelona combining for that great output?
Under a minute remaining, 36 seconds to be exact. 101-63, a 38-point advantage. And what a performance put out here by San Miguel Alab Pilipinas. Brownlee and Balkman did not have to play that much, only played 21 and 22 minutes respectively, scoring 11 points apiece. It's been a supporting cast, the local unit for Coach Jimmy Alapag, who did much of the damage here against the CLS Knights. And that's the end of the ball game. San Miguel Alab Pilipinas will end the season on a 3-game winning streak. They end the season as well on a 14-6 record, and that ties them up with Mono Vampire Basketball Club at number 3 in our team standings. When we return, we are going to meet the best player of the game. You guys are watching season number 8 of your ASEAN Basketball League only on SNA. And we are back inside Santa Rosa Multipurpose Complex right here in Santa Rosa, Laguna, Philippines, continuing our live and exclusive coverage of your ASEAN Basketball League. And at the end of the game, San Miguel Alab Pilipinas with an emphatic victory over the CLS Knights Indonesia. 101-63 is our final score. And Marco, what a way to close out the season for Alab Pilipinas with 3 straight blowout wins to end the elimination round.
And that's just a good sign for Coach Jimmy Alabaga that despite the injuries, the bench guys, the guys normally he count on for coming off the bench, really stepping up and providing the energy, providing the spark. You talk about guys like Paolo Javelona, you talk about guys like Pamboy Raimundo, JR Alabanza, even Lawrence Domingo, everybody stepping up. And we mentioned early on, this is one of the deepest teams in the league, and right now they are proving us right.
And right now, Marco, our courtside reporter Bea Daes is with our best player of the game. Go ahead, Bea.
First of all, Pao Javelona, congratulations! 18 points for you, yung teammates mo natin! Ayan, so Pao, napakasaya ng mga teammates mo for you. Ang sabi ko nga, 18 points ka, 4 out of 5 from 3-point country. You had 8 rebounds, 4 assists, and 2 steals. Ang sabi mo sa akin kanina, your confidence is at a sky high. So saan mo ba pinanghuhugutan ng confidence mo?
I just want to return the favor na pinagkakatiwalaan ako ni Coach Jimmy na gusto ko lang return sa kanya yon na by playing well. And yun lang, yung mga teammates ko na nagtitiwala sa akin kahit di ako madalas nakalaro nung mga unang latter part ng season, pero nagtiwala sila sa akin dun.
And then in the last 2 games, you started out for the Alab Pilipinas and you consistently delivered. May pagkakaiba pa sa pag-approach mo sa game at sobrang ganda ng pinakita mo.
Wala naman. Sabi ni Coach Jimmy, we just need to be consistent. Yun lang, na even sa practice, kung ano ginagawa yun lang lagi.
And lastly, you have a chance to get that outright semifinal spot. Do you think that your team is already playoff ready?
Siguro, masabi ko, we're ready. We're ready. We are.
Okay, so enjoy the game, enjoy the win. Back to you, Martin and Marco.
Thank you so much, Bea. Again, that is the first best player of the game this season for Pao Javelona in his second start for San Miguel Alab Pilipinas, contributing 18 points, 10 rebounds, and 4 dimes. And with this victory by Alab Pilipinas, Marco, let's now break down the possible scenarios of our playoff picture here.
And you know, this is where it stands. 4 teams with 14 wins apiece, Chongson Kung Fu, Hong Kong Eastern will play each other on Wednesday. If Chongson Kung Fu wins, they go outright first. Hong Kong Eastern becomes number 2 because they have the tie break over San Miguel Alab Pilipinas and Mono Vampire Squad. San Miguel Alab Pilipinas finishes 3rd, Mono at 4th. But if Hong Kong Eastern wins, Hong Kong is 1st. San Miguel Alab is 2nd because they have the head-to-head advantage over Chongson Kung Fu and Mono Vampire. In that scenario, Chongson finishes 3rd, Mono at 4th. And it's going to be interesting because Singapore right now is at number 5, Saigon is at number 6. So just going to be a very, very competitive and very exciting quarterfinals and then semifinals all the way up to the finals. So everything, the final scenario we will know on Wednesday after that game between Chongson and Hong Kong Eastern.
And what a way to make history in season number 8 right here in the ASEAN Basketball League, going down the wire to the end of the elimination round. Again, it is a victory for the home squad, San Miguel Alab Pilipinas. Final score 101-63, a 38-point win. Again, ending their elimination round on a 3-game winning streak. Now, in behalf of our coverage team here, my partner Marco Benitez, Bea Daes at courtside, Vicky Mirabueno, our panel director, Fritz Dizon, our floor director, Direk Al Neri, manning our coverage team, and of course, our executive producer, our Vic Caridad. Thank you so much for watching the ASEAN Basketball League live and exclusive here on SNA. And thank you so much again for the city of Santa Rosa for once again accommodating us here on ABL.